Hey. What up, citizens? We back with another banger. It's your boy, Dustin, aka Chocolate Daddy. And I'm here with your girl, Veronica, aka Baby Lips, or what we call in Españole, labios de bebé.
Hi.
So guys, we are really excited about today's topic. It's something a little bit different than what we've done. And yeah, guys, like this one's going to be a doozy, right?
Why do you say it's a doozy?
I think it's just something different. I think it's absolutely different, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about this conversation.
Well, get excited because today it's all about girl talk. Girl talk. I don't have a best girlfriend. Dustin is my best girlfriend, even though he's a boy. So we're going to girl talk together.
I mean, that's interesting. Like, that experience. Like, I feel like there's a lot of girls that like their best girlfriend is like their dude.
Maybe, but I think that this is a cool topic because there are a lot of women, single black women in Merida. There's a lot of people looking to come here, right?
Right.
And so I feel like it would have been very helpful to me to have somebody tell me about all of the key things that I need to know as a woman going into a foreign country. Like, where am I getting my hair done?
Right.
What am I doing about waxing? How am I getting my nails done? Like, all the things. You know what I mean? Is there Sephora? Like, these are all critical questions that I didn't have anyone to answer for me. So I felt like this was an important topic.
Right. And in all fairness, I feel like you've done, like, we did our research. I don't want people to think that we just blindly moved into this place and like we did ample research, but there's nothing like what we're about to provide for you right now. The things that we were questioning and acquiring about, it wasn't presented to us. Like, we had to do the whole trial and error thing, and that's why we're able to drop gems for you guys.
Yeah, like it wasn't easy. So let's talk just about like clothes, right? Like, what do you pack? What, like, all you know about Merida is that it's hot, right? That's the 100%. That's the number one thing you know going into your trip, your move, whatever it is. It's hot. A lot of you probably don't know much more outside of that. Now, if you've watched our vlogs, you're probably confused because in the vlogs and even in this podcast video, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. And it's probably just for reference, because I think I'm wearing the sweatshirt in a lot of these videos. We have two, and I just rotate them because Merida has mosquitoes, okay?
Yes.
And people say that, but it's one thing to say, hey, there's mosquitoes, you need to be prepared. It's quite another to really hear them. Please hear me when I tell you the bugs are real.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't prepared.
No.
So you have to take that into consideration when you're packing, right? Like, you want to wear all these cute clothes. You want to come with like your tanks, your crop tops, your short shorts. All those things will get your ass eaten alive.
Eaten alive, bro. Eaten alive.
Like, I can't. Like, I brought so much hot weather clothes. I was not prepared for the mosquitoes, which is why I'm cycling this same sweatshirt over and over again. And I'm wearing the leggings that I wore here all the time. I have like 2 pairs of jeans that I wear all the time. I'm wearing Dustin socks so that there's no skin showing between my ankles. Like, and I have such a cute ankle bracelet that I'm obsessed with that we'll talk about later. But I can't even show it off because I'm scared of the mosquitoes.
It's a real thing.
It's a very real thing. So tip number 1, ladies, you can be cute, but you need to be covered because the mosquitoes are real.
Facts.
Okay? Bring some oil. Because the other thing that I noticed and discovered that when I came here is that I got really dry. Okay. And it was a dryness that I have never experienced before. My skin was dry, like Sahara Desert dry.
Like literally, you could walk up to her and just peel off a piece of skin and eat it like a chip. like she was that, and it wasn't just her; it was both of us. Like,
yeah, like the skin, it just, I don't know. There's something about this climate here. It's not. I wouldn't even say that it's dry heat because I'm from Arizona. That is dry heat. Merida is not dry.
no,
It's different.
it's humid. It would be the classification. Like it's humidity, but it's like it's just it hits different. And I also think the water levels are a little bit different. I think the water is drier here as well. And mix that in with the fact that we're just spraying and spritzing and just massaging all type of like off and like deep wipes on us that like I don't think that's doing us any favors either.
Yeah, the DEET wipes. Okay, here's the thing. DEET wipes work amazing for mosquito repellent.
Huge shout out to DEET wipes.
You can find them on Amazon. Just search DEET wipes mosquito repellent, get the wipes, and you wipe them all over yourself. But they're very controversial and they are harsh on your skin, which I think is playing a part in the dryness of my skin. But I'm dry. Okay. So bring some oil, bring some baby oil. What's that kind of oil called?
Skin So Soft.
Skin So Soft. I heard that really works well against mosquitoes as well. Bring some sort of oil and lotion so that you can double moisturize. You need a 2-step moisturization process here, 100%. And you need to be careful not to get something overly scented because it will attract the mosquitoes.
Yes, and the bees.
And the bees.
And the bees when you're out in public.
Yes. So just be very aware of that, okay? So coverage, linen, cotton, breathable, something breathable but covered. And moisturization is a serious. I wasn't prepared. Okay, so I would also say skincare. Think about, you all have some sort of skincare regimen, whether you're into skincare, you have your whole routine, or you just literally wash your face, or maybe you don't, I don't know, but it's such a different climate here that your skin is going to just behave differently. So you need to really think about that. When you're coming and when you're packing, it's hot, it's dry, your skin will behave differently. Think about, the trajectory of your life and all the different cycles that you've gone through with your skin, and be prepared. I am like a oil slick when I go to bed at night. It's ridiculous, but I'm moisturized, okay? I cannot afford to break out. I have very sensitive skin. You got to think about that. So I would say really take that into consideration. Right?
Yeah, it's so funny. Veronica has her regimens. Like I am the polar opposite, but she's absolutely right. Like you do need these things because the severity is real. Me personally, I don't wear oils. Like I don't wear oils. Like I don't like, getting in the bed and slipping around in the sheets. Like I can't lay down and go to sleep if I feel juicy. Like juicy. I can't feel juicy. So, though I may look like sharp and dapper, realistically under these clothes, I don't know if you guys ever seen this Chappelle show. Your boy looked like Tyrone Biggums, like ash galore. Knees ashy, elbows ashy, my stomach's ashy. Like I literally have dry skin on my nipples, bro. But I will say this. I've seen it work miracles for Veronica. And I understand, we've never been dry. Coming from Southern California, Los Angeles, it's a completely different climate. And we just kind of approached it like what we were accustomed to. Big mistake. So
Yeah.
skincare, massive. You will break out because you will sweat. If you ever watched, any vlogs anywhere in Merida, people are just pouring sweat, sweating. As soon as you get out of the shower, you're sweating. It's a hot, sticky, cling to your bone sweat. They should call the Merida vlogs, the sweat vlogs of YouTube. Like I've never seen a place there where people sweat more as they just try to vlog their lives. So obviously with that type of like, preparation, like you need some kind of skin cleansing, like, something to clean your skin basically.
Yeah, for sure. And the mask situation does not help that. And I would say bring a bunch of disposable masks. So what I have learned in the short time that we have been here, well, it's not really short. We've been here for a while.
Months at this point, yeah.
I have like an outer mask and then I have like an inner mask. I always am wearing like 2 or 3 masks at a time, and it's because I will take the one that's closest to my face off and throw it away every day, and so that it's not breaking me out. I have very sensitive skin, and it was just all working against me. So I would say if that's you, just buy a bunch of disposable masks. They're not that expensive. You don't have to get the like souped up ones, because this is just the one that's going to be like touching your face all the time. So you want to be able to change it out. So that's a little tip.
And for the people that are listening to this abroad, thinking about moving here, guys, you don't have to get an entire suitcase and fill up a mask. There's a Costco here that sells disposable masks. They sell the K95, like, you can get them at Walmart, Costco. So there's a lot of things that we should have never paid to bring because they sell them here. And it's just, once again, ignorance is bliss. You don't know what you don't know. But yeah, mask, huge. You absolutely need that. And the disposable ones, because once again, when you walk around the city and you're all juicy faced, like that just bleeds through your mask. And like, it's hard to recycle a mask that you've been sweating in. That's almost like running a marathon in a pair of socks and then you just wear them every single day the next week. Like, imagine that, but just on your face and what it does to your skin, basically.
Right. Yeah. So be very, just aware of that. And I think what goes along with that is makeup. So I brought a ton of makeup with me. Like, it's crazy, right?
They've seen a little bit.
Have they?
Like, yeah. So if you guys don't know, once again, my name is Dustin. It's Veronica. We have a YouTube channel called DnV LaLaLand on YouTube. And yeah, like there was a vlog that we filmed called Merida Expats Community. And like it was like slow B-roll shots and cinematic shots of like you doing makeup. So they seen your spread.
They didn't see it.
They didn't see all, but they seen a good part of it.
I have a ton of makeup with me. I will tell you, if you're somebody that really likes to go all out and get fully glam, I don't get how that works here. It's just so hot. I think you could probably pull it off in like December, maybe like January, maybe even February. But it just becomes pointless, which is why the skincare piece is so important, because I have found that I rely so heavily on skincare to keep my skin even and clear and all that kind of stuff, so that I don't have to put on a ton of foundation and powder and all that. I just use what is it called? Skin tint. And it's very light, it's super easy, translucent powder. Like, I'm talking minimal face makeup, because it just becomes pointless. Between the sweating and the mask, it's silly.
Yeah.
It's like gone before you even get to the car. So just things to think about if you're thinking about moving here. The next biggest thing is hair. Okay. I think that's the one thing that I know I stressed out the most about coming here, and not even just my hair, but Dustin's hair too. Like, where are we going to go to keep our hair up? Where are we going to go to get him a haircut? Like, I came from LA where I literally had somebody that would wash and condition my hair. I had somebody that could do my weaves. I had someone that could do my braids. I had someone for every kind of style. And now I have me.
Right.
So
we have me. I do a lot of
Dustin oils
scalp
my
oiling
scalp,
these days.
and he helps to keep my scalp
Yeah, he
moisturized and
does.
my braids moisturized and stuff. But it's a very critical part, especially if you're a Black woman that's coming to Mexico. Like, that's a big deal, especially if you're going to be here for any kind of length of time. I highly suggest, if you are going to stock up and load up on anything in your suitcase, if you're going to overpack anything, bring your hair care.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring your hair care. In Merida, I can't tell you any place to go to get what you need. I looked. I think you can maybe find something to wash your hair with at Walmart. Was it Sally's? We found that hair oil. They have Sally's here everywhere.
Have Sally's.
I'm pretty sure that if you got into a crunch, you could go and ask them to order you something at Sally's. Like, you could do a special order or something, and they could transfer it from a store or something like that. But I would really strongly suggest that you don't come here dependent on that, because I think that that's a relationship that you have to build. It's not going to be something that you find easily. I'm also in this Facebook group, and there's a woman that comes to Tulum and to Merida, and I think she goes to Cancun too, and she brings people hair products, and she does braids, she does twists, she does locks, all that kind of stuff. And she comes like every couple of months, so you can schedule with her and you can put it in order with her to bring you the hair care stuff that you need. I think there's also another woman in Merida that does braids and locks, that I think I have her information somewhere. I'd have to look for it. But besides that, that's all I've seen as far as like hair care. So you really need to come very prepared and really think out what you're going to do and how you're going to maintain it, how you're going to sustain it, until you can find someone with some connection or some way to, get you taken care of. Unless you can braid, and if you can and you're in Merida, hit me up.
Yeah, like it's literally for all the braiders, the locticians, the hairstylists, it's a gold mine.
Oh my
gosh. Like the person,
yes.
when Veronica was talking about the person that comes here and just kind of like crawls through the Yucatan doing certain styles and doing people in Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Merida. I think it's interesting because like I'm talking about, that is a gold mine. You do that, you come here for a week and a half, like the money you could leave with. So if you guys are out there listening and you do hair and you want to just frequent or move to potentially the Yucatan or Quintana Roo and live basically for free because there's so many people utilizing your services, like, man, it is an wide open market.
Yeah, not even basically. You would be living great.
Oh my goodness.
You'd be living great. And if you're somebody that's not doing any type of protective style, if you just have your hair out, whether it's natural or you have some sort of relaxer, you got to think about how you're going to take care of that too, because the climate is going to impact your hair 100%. So just, again, food for thought. And I know some of you guys are probably like not super satisfied with what I'm saying, please just email me and I will put you into contact with any resource that I have. I'll help you as much as I can. And, hopefully that'll get you going.
Quick dive here for the fellas, because Veronica mentioned both of our hair. So once again, the same Facebook group that has been feeding the information, a phenomenal Facebook group. Once again, brothers and sisters of Merida, big shout out. You guys have been holding it down. We appreciate you guys. And there's a couple other as well. But the thing about Facebook groups is it's awesome. Like, you meet people and so on and so forth. And that's kind of how I got privy to some of the barbers that are out here in this area, in this region, that do men's hair. Me personally, you guys have already seen the video at this point, but I was lucky enough to run into a sponsorship situation. Big shout out to Mastro's Barbershop in La Harbor Mall. Big shout out to them. That is literally one of the best barber experiences I've had, not just in Mexico specifically, but pretty much anywhere. Like it's definitely one of the top level of experiences that I've had. You know, there's a couple of people here that they say, oh, go to this person, you know, and it's like $3 or $4 US to get your hair cut. And it's like somebody that's like cutting in their basement. I think I'm a little bit too privy on the industry to like ever comfortably go into somebody's basement and like get a haircut. No, you know, no shade, no tea, all facts though. It's one of those things to where I feel way more comfortable going into a respectable, legitimate environment where the person's licensed, they went to school, they know how to clean their clippers. I mean, we're talking about COVID going around. You know, you can get staph infections, diseases of non-clean clippers. So I would never, you could not pay me to go to somebody's basement and get a haircut for some random dude for like $3. Like, gentlemen, value yourself. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but there's some guys that can't do that, and I'm in that group of guys. So if you're one of those guys that are in a group with me and you want a real experience and still get a haircut that is drastically cheaper than back in the States in a place like LA, but above and beyond, like hair wash, like razor shaven, clean, beautiful ambience, a beer, flat screens, like barber license on the walls, go to Mastro's Barbershop. I guarantee you, I will never steer you wrong when it comes to that fact. And not just that, but if you do go, slide into my DMs. I really appreciate this, gentlemen. Slide in my DMs and send me a picture of your hair. And go see my dude. Fernando. Go see my dude, Fernando, when you go. Like, trust me on everything. Not steering you wrong here. You will absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah, I second that. We should link the video below so they can see it, because we did a whole video on Dustin's experience in that shop, and it was far beyond any expectation. Like, it was an amazing barbershop.
If I can just add this point, the gentleman that owns the shop, that's the Fernando gentleman, he also creates his own products, shampoos, pomades, like hair oils, gels, like this dude, conditioners, leave-in conditioners, and everything is natural, herbal, like from things around the community, specifically from the Yucatan, that help you with hair growth and all type of things. So once again, I'm not knocking anybody that wants to do the basement haircut and, you know, roll the dice on that experience, but I'm telling you, this guy's batting 1,000% right now. Go see him.
Yeah. So check him out. Hit me up if you have questions about your hair. I'll put you in touch with any contact that I have. Happy to help. But I don't want anybody to come here thinking that there's this whole scene for you to go and get the same type of like support for your hair, I guess I'll say.
Right.
All right, so hair, check. We talked about that. We
check.
talked about skin. Okay, so let's talk about hair removal, okay? So I am a waxer. Not I don't wax people. I go and get waxed, and I was not sure what to expect coming here. So I started waxing at home, right? Like I didn't start just because of this trip. I've been doing it for a while, and to supplement in between waxes. So when we were leaving and packing, I brought my waxing stuff with me, and I was just like, I'm just gonna do this on my own. There are a couple of wax places that I saw in Merida. I did not go to them. And honestly, it's just because of COVID. I just didn't do that. I think that getting wax is fairly intimate, I would say. And I just didn't go. I had everything that I needed here. And also that coupled with the fact that I'm covered all of the time, I just haven't needed to do that. But again, I just want to put it out there that there are waxing places that you can go to that do anything that you would get in the States for way cheaper than you would pay in the States. It doesn't even compare. It's shocking how affordable it is. So if that's something that you do, they have that here. Now, if you're somebody that's into laser hair, I don't know about that. I can't speak to laser treatments here. I know that there are places you can go and get your eyebrows done. I can't speak to the threading piece if that's something that you're into, but I know for sure that there are a few places that you can go to get wax that have really great reviews and have come recommended. So if that's something that you're looking for, again, just let me know. I'm happy to connect you to the people that I've come into contact with.
And also, they seen you waxing your armpits in the vlog. Yeah, there's a vlog where Veronica does like.
Made it. I don't know if that clip made it yet.
Okay, well, like, anyways, so there's like Veronica has a self-waxing situation, and you guys seen that. That clip made it. You may have not seen.
I don't know if it made it.
Anyways, there's certain like waxing, like she can tell you more about it. Like the Amazon, things you can get on Amazon to do your own self-waxing, right?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let me just say this. If you have never waxed before, do not try to wax yourself for the first time. I have been waxing for years, okay? So when I started doing it myself, it was not a big deal because I knew what to do. I pick things up pretty easily, and if I've done something enough, I can probably do it myself. So waxing was one of those things, like I get it, I got it, I can do it. And it's pretty easy. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just one of those things that you have to do. It's kind of like washing your hair. Like, it's nobody looks forward to it, but you just do it. But the kit comes with the waxing bowl, the warmer, sticks, the waxing beads, everything that you need literally, and it's super cheap. And I just packed it and brought it with me, and it's been fine, and I have not had any problems with it. Now, you can buy razors, you can get all that kind of stuff here. I don't know if there's Nair. So if you're a Nair person, I that's something that I did not look for. I'm not sure if they have it. I think they probably do. I'm not sure if they sell those little waxing kits in the store either. Again, it's just not something I look for because I have it with me all the time. But hair removal should not be a big deal. If you're somebody that uses like those serums for like ingrown hairs and things like that, if you take it to the next level, you need to bring all that stuff with you, because I don't think that it's as easy to find unless you go to one of these waxing places and just ask them. I'm sure they could, put you in touch and get you what you need. But that's something that if you need those kinds of things, I would just bring them with you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, so that's waxing. Let's get into periods, okay?
Our favorite part, guys.
So, this is something. So Dustin and I toyed with the idea of starting this journey in Asia, specifically Southeast Asia, and I did a lot of research about Southeast Asia, and they do not have tampons in Southeast Asia readily, like easy to find. They're not easy to find at all. And so when we decided and landed on coming to Mexico and Merida, I know this is going to sound so crazy to you guys, but I was not sure if that's something that they had here, because tampons are very first, how would you say, like, not first world.
It's a luxury.
Yeah, they're very...
Unfortunately, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's just not something that's practiced all over the world. And I don't even think it's about a luxury thing. I think that it's a religious thing in some places. Like, they just don't believe in tampons.
It's funny. I think the religious parts they're more into the pads.
Right.
Like the tampons, you're right. That's a huge religious aspect. But in Merida, yeah, they definitely... Yeah.
So okay. So I, in the haste of packing, I did not prepare for the period. Okay. It was dramatic, the packing. You guys can go back a couple of podcasts and hear all about that. So that was one thing that I just did not come prepared with. And the tampons here are different. The pads here are different. It's all different. It's all different. It's the same structure, but it's different. Okay. I'm going to tell you that it's just different. It's not the same as it is in the United States. So if you are weird about that, you need to just bring your own stuff until you can trial and error your way through something that you feel comfortable with, because it's not the same. They have some of the same brands for sure, but they're different. I don't know what it is about country to country. They have different regulations. They're different standards. We have like this, thing like checklist that you have to go through in order for a product to pass. Just like, if you have a certain skincare regimen that you follow, you will not be able to find all of those things here in Mexico. It's just different. Tampons and pads are the same thing. They are just different. I have bought pads and tampons, several of them, and my first cycle here was miserable because I know what I like. I know what I'm comfortable with. I know, I have my routine and I don't deviate from that. And I was forced to deviate from that, and it shook me. It just completely threw me off. And I just want, full disclosure, it's just different. Do they work here? Yes, everything works fine here. Everything is functional. You can find every single thing that you need here. I do not want you to have any kind of misconception. It's just different. And that's all I'm going to say about that. If you want to have a more elaboration on that, email me privately. I will fully disclose exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're somebody that has their comfort zone, I would just bring with you enough to get you by for a couple of months so that you can find what works for you here. Mm-hmm. That's my recommendation. Mm-hmm. What would your recommendation be, honey?
Listen, my contribution level, and this is going to be very low. like I don't think, there's ladies out there waiting to hear my tampon and pad recommendation. But I will say this. I think that, like Veronica was saying, and not just specifically for, pads and tampons, but yes, Mexico has the same exact things we have in the States. But some things in the States are federally regulated to be completely different, vice versa as things in Mexico. So let's say maybe you guys have that tampon, you have that pad, and it could be the same exact company, but it's made with different material. And I think that matters if you've been in the game for a while.
Yes, different materials, different girths, different lengths. It's all different. And I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, so
let's leave it at that.
All right, so let's just talk. We probably should have talked like how do you re-up on your skincare and makeup and all that kind of stuff. I probably should have included that in that segment, but I'm going to talk about it now because Sephora, Mac, maybe you're a department store girl. You get all your makeup at the department store, wherever you get it. They have it here. So, perfumes, whatever, like any kind of thing that you would go to one of those places to get, they have it here. But like I was just saying, everything is regulated so differently. You can't find everything that you use here. Everything that you use in the States, you cannot find here. And that's not just for like skincare, body care. That's not just that. I'm talking like even if you're like an incense and oil person, candles, like things like that. They have all of that here. You just might not be able to find that brand or whatever that you like. So just to give you some examples, and I'm going to keep talking about Sephora because that's where I go to get most of my stuff. So that's just what I'm going to use. But so you go to Sephora here. What's that mall called? Harbor Mall?
The Harbor Mall.
The La Harbor Mall.
And the La Isla Mall in the north side as well.
They had Sephora?
No, they had Mac.
Okay.
And they had the department stores Liverpool, which is like Macy's and, I mean, Nordstrom's, I guess, combined for the people that are getting their products from department stores.
Yeah, Liverpool is massive in Mexico. Like massive. It is like the Nordstrom / Macy's of Mexico. Liverpool. So Liverpool is super nice. Yes, they have the Mac, they have Sephora. It's just different. So there's a lot of things that we can get in the US that you just can't get here, specifically skincare. But the workaround that I'm finding is that if you know that you like a certain ingredient or a certain strength of whatever, like retinol, maybe you're using some sort of acid on your face or benzoyl peroxide or whatever, you might not be able to find it in that specific skincare or body care or whatever it is that you're looking for in the store, like where you would go to find it in the States. But you can go to the pharmacia and find it. And you just have to look for that active ingredient and then just go to the pharmacia and ask them. And they'll likely have it. Now, you should be forewarned that if you're going, I'm just going to use retinol as an example. If you use a product from Sephora or wherever you get it from that has retinol in it, and they don't have it in Sephora here, guaranteed they probably don't have it here in their Sephora, and you go to the pharmacia and ask for it, they're going to have it, but it's going to be strong. So you just need to be very careful about that game. So again, just like with the feminine products, I would suggest that you bring enough to get you through a couple of months so that you can trial and error something at the same time here and get yourself used to it while you still have the same stuff that you normally use, so that you can kind of cycle your way into this new routine. That would be my suggestion. And again, I'm thinking about all the things that I thought about coming here that I just didn't have somebody to ask, and I just had to kind of figure out on my own. So I meant to tell you guys that before, but I just forgot. Okay, so nails. Where do you get your nails done? There's a lot of nail places here to get your nails done. Again, that's something that I have not done yet. Mostly because I'm scared of the mosquitoes. Like I keep everything covered. It took me a long time to feel comfortable, to find a good routine to fight the mosquitoes. And so now I'm just now hitting this space where I'm like, okay, like now I can go and do this, or now I can go and do that. So, I think with anything like in the States, like finding the right nail tech is a process. I think that it's going to be trial and error. I've heard of some good places that have really good reviews that I got recommended from really good people that I could pass along, if anybody's interested. But I also have everything. I'm on my nail journey right now, people. Like, I went to Sally's. I got a bunch of stuff for my nails, and I'm just kind of taking up my nails myself. I used to do my nails myself way back in the day, so I know I can do it, and that's kind of the space that I'm in now. And I think because of COVID, a lot of people that did transition here, that's one of the things that they just started doing themselves just by default. And now that things are getting a little bit more relaxed, you can start thinking about going back out to like get your nails done and stuff. But like with everything else, I just would suggest that you come with a plan to keep yourself going for at least a month or two so that you can have time to figure out your new routine. But there are nail spas here, and a lot of them are really nice looking. I will say that they're just so much more affordable than in the US, and I'm positive that there are a few places that you could go that you would probably really, really love. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a shortage of nail spas at all. Like literally, there's nail spas like in the Walmarts here. Like not saying that's where you should go, but there's just they're here. Their presence is here. Their footprints here, and they're like, it's like the tiers. You can go to the place in Walmart, or you can go to like this nice boutique day spa place. Like there's a lot of them here, so that shouldn't be an issue for anybody coming here. And once again, now with things like the vaccinations going on, it's going to be a lot more open than when it was when we originally first got here.
Yeah. So that being said, I think the only other topic that I can think of that a lady would be thinking about coming to Merida or wondering about, and maybe you don't have anybody that you can ask, is like the dating scene. So obviously I'm attached. I'm not in that
locked up.
I'm not in that arena, but I will say this, okay? We've been in Merida for some time now. We have gone a lot. Like we've done a lot of like going out to eat, going out to have cocktails.
Lots of that.
Just being out at night. That's like our sweet spot is the nights. We're always missing curfew.
Yeah.
I will say I don't see a lot of black men. Do you?
Zip zada nada.
Yeah, like I don't see a lot of black men out here. So if I were a single lady, I would really be thinking about that. If you're somebody that is looking for a black man, I don't see a lot of them out here. I'm not saying that they're not here. I'm not saying that you can't find love. I think that you just are probably going to have to be a little bit more open-minded, maybe learn some Spanish,
Yeah, ladies, if you're looking for a black man, moving to Mexico may not be not even going to finish that, but I will say once again, if you're looking for love, Veronica's absolutely right. Like, be open-minded. If that's, be open-minded. You can't be closed off. You can't be in a situation where you want one specific demographic. For every one black male that I see here, I see probably maybe 20 black single females to replace them that are expats. And if I'm being honest with you guys, like it's once again, the pickings are slim. I can't even tell, especially for guys, if I'm speaking for guys here for a second, like being a black dude it's gnarly in this part of the world because there isn't so much of us. There's not an abundance of us. So the stares, bro.
The women love Dustin here.
And I don't even know. It's like, it's like I figure like, some of these women have never. I get the impression I've never physically seen a black dude, like the way they stare. It's almost like
him here.
One of my favorite movies is like when they walked into Jurassic Park and like the T-Rex was walking, everybody was like, bro, is that, like it's like the follow stare. Like I get that a lot here. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, ladies. Veronica gets mad love for my Yucatanian homies out here. Like the staring is it's a mutual thing. So once again, as long as you're open and you're willing to try new things and you come from a place to where this is the predominant culture and you're trying to experience something else, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think you just have to be open-minded and again, know what you like, know what you want, know what you're looking for, and do your research because that is a huge part of being fulfilled somewhere that you live and that you're residing and that you want to thrive in. You have to be able to be fulfilled in every aspect. You cannot just come here thinking you're going to be fine because it's so affordable. You're going to be, with all this money in your bank account, flying somewhere else to go fulfill this part of your life. You know what I mean? It's important that you really think about all of the things that you need to feel totally happy and really sustained in your life. And I think that that's something to consider too. And if you are open-minded, you'll love it here.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, there's some sharp little Yucatanian dudes out here, man. Like, so if that's your thing, roll with it. Like, we posted a video. There was like Mercado 60, and it was, by the way, big shout out to Mercado 60. It's a really dope place for drinks, nightlife, kind of like dancing, live music. And like, there's some dudes doing the salsa. Like, if you're into it, it's out here. You'll find it. Open-minded. Same with guys. If you're into it, out here, be open-minded. Because I think what we're trying to say is a lot of people come here thinking, oh, it's affordable, it's a beautiful place, it's a great culture, history, I'm gonna really love it here. And then they get out here and there's just a void because they're very specific on what they want, and it's just not presented here. Yeah. So you got every aspect of your life fulfilled, but arguably one of the biggest, which is companionship, partnership, and love. Yeah. So
don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing that you need. I personally think that you could do without some of the other things so long as you have that.
Right.
That's something that you just can't fake it. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first Girl Talk segment. I think we should do this in every city that we go to.
Absolutely. This was very informative. And if this would have existed when we were coming.
Oh my God, I would have been blowing up my email.
Dude.
I would have had so many questions. So please
reach
out. All of our contact info is in the description below. And thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you spending this time with us. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, live life beautifully with no regrets. And until next time.
Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose. I'm tired of waiting, gotta make that move. All the neon signs, now they shout to me and you to write our story. Wanna shape the new.